Hello everyone, this is your girl, Sugary Girl Candy 2012, and I wanted to make this video because I was asked by a commenter actually on my main channel on what do I think about the PlayStation 4 and the WWE games being produced by Take-Two Interactive. Um, well, I don't really have much to think on the PlayStation 4. I do know that I'm interested because I did see a few of the games that was showcased at their conference, and a lot of them pretty much interested me, which isn't a normal thing because I actually got the PlayStation 3 when it had its let me see what I say second. Okay, when they start producing the 40 gig ones is when I actually got my PlayStation 3 because I was actually waiting for it to get a decent amount of games, because um, the only time I can remember ever getting a console in the same year is when I was a kid and I got the Nintendo 64 for Christmas. So, oh, that and no, never mind. I was gonna say the PlayStation 2, but me and my brother actually got the PlayStation 2 a year after it came out. So yeah, it was only this. Hold on. It might have been the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go back too far. I'm just gonna say like, yeah, because we pretty much got everything on time. Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Sega Channel, Sega Genesis. We had all of that. Atari. I mean, we were spoiled. um, we had actually ended up getting all of those on release time and stuff like that when we were younger. But let's talk adult years. Um, I'm not really one to actually get a console on release day due to the fact that usually with new products there's always some sort of defect. I mean, the Xbox 360 when it in its first what 3 years 2 years, how the red ring of death was hitting it. The PlayStation 3 wasn't actually having the PlayStation 3 was having problems, just not the amount that the Xbox was having. But it was still enough to make me go, I'll wait like a year or two to get the new console just to be sure that the kinks are worked out and stuff. I should have waited a little bit longer, but then if I waited a little bit longer, then I wouldn't have the videos that I make on my main channel. So I guess it's whatever on that. Um, I don't know. I don't really have that many thoughts about the PlayStation 4. Everything they talked about, the feature where you would be able to press a button on your controller and you would actually be able to record the, in-game footage. It interested me a lot because then I'd be like, no more PVR. Or the feature where they were talking about you can download a game because if you on the PlayStation 3 when you go to download a game off the store you have to actually wait for it to be finished downloading before you actually play it. And they were talking about how you'd be able to actually be playing the game while it's still downloading, and I found that pretty interesting and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. What else? They didn't actually show the console, and it's funny because a lot of people were damning them for that, mainly Microsoft, saying who goes to a conference and not show the actual console. Like, I don't know who it was. It was some guy from the Microsoft team, and he had tweeted this on his Twitter, and a lot of people started saying, it just sounded like butthurt, which it did. Um, and then Sony came out and said the reason they didn't show it because they didn't want to show a product of something that may not be what it's going to look like. If if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it's like showing a product, showing whatever you want to show, but you're showing it in a form that is not going to look like when it comes out, and you're going to have people going, what the hell is this? This is not what I seen in back in this conference and that conference and blah blah blah. So they said they didn't feel comfortable with showing the console in its state because they want to have an actual design that they want to go with, and not just something to show and then not actually use it. If you um they did show the controller. The controller, um I mean, it still looked like the PlayStation 3 except with the little added like top feature, like some type of sensor thing. I don't know what it is, but it sounded pretty cool. And they said it was there if developers wanted to, use it. So it's not like developers would be forced to use it. They would have a choice on if they want to use it or not in their games or whatever games they produce. Um, what is else? What is else? What else? um, oh, David Cage came on there and showed a tech demo of what the PlayStation 4 could potentially do. Um, not potentially do, like he does this like he did it with the PlayStation 3, with Heavy Rain and like some a tech demo of which wasn't actually a game, but it was a tech demo, but it looked so freaking cool, like couldn't make you believe like the PlayStation 3 was actually producing this. And I actually enjoy his games because he's the maker of Indigo Prophecy, which came out for the PlayStation 2. I believe it's on the PC. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's on the Xbox or not. I just know, just vaguely remember it being on the PlayStation 2 because my brother had actually owned it and played it and stuff. So that's how I know. Um, and me with the Heavy Rain. I never finished Heavy Rain due to my old PS3 taking a crap on me. So I'm gonna jump back in and finish that. Um, but yeah, it interested me a lot. It showed a pretty lot of interesting games that I thought I'd never say I want, like the new Killzone. Like, I'm not really a first person into first persons that much, nor shooters because they all look the same to me in my opinion. But it looked really cool and really interesting. Like I said, I can't believe Sony can show products like this and make me interested in products that I've never shown any interest in. And then he had a game called Knack. I know, a weird name, but the game looks so freaking cool, and the reason I liked it and maybe many others didn't is because it reminded me so much of Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. So that's why I like that game. And there was a few others I don't really remember, but if you want to see, you can just go on the official PlayStation YouTube channel and check it out for yourself because they have all the videos there. But my overall thought of the PlayStation 4, that's pretty freaking cool. I'm not going to say I'd be one to get it on the release date. Maybe down, through the year or something, but not on release date. But it has a lot of potential. I'm just going to leave it at that. My thoughts on WWE games being produced by Take-Two Interactive. Well, at first, I was excited. Because Take-Two is a very, very, very good company. And I've heard a lot of good things about 2K. A lot of good things about them. And, even my brother playing a few of their games. So I'm like, yay, I was excited. I'm like, this may actually give us a 2-year gap in between the game, give us time to actually marinate, WWE 13 in before we have to switch over to a new game. And it might actually improve upon some features and stuff like that. But then it quickly turned into disappointment when I found out that they brought Ukes back aboard. I'm like, okay, this sucks. But then I started thinking, okay, well, they do know a lot about the games, but at the same time, they haven't been bringing anything new that much, not too many new things, to the game that would make you, like, super, super, super excited. Like I said before, I do like, some of the new things they put in, like being able to create your arenas and, stuff like that. But, the negatives quickly overpowered it. And I was just like hoping to see some changes, some actual changes, with it being under a different publisher. And because I don't know, I've said this many times before, but a lot of people sit here believe that publishers only have the power to just publish, when I could tell you right now that's all bullshit. I know this because I was on the Saints Row website since 2008. I was like heavy on that site. And whenever, I would have problems on YouTube, I'd go over to that website where I talk to people and we'd interact, and like, the developers on there felt like actual people, and it wasn't a rarity to see developers on the website. And even the manager, the website manager was freaking cool, like cool as hell. And he was telling us like when a lot of people were complaining about Saints Row the Third and the DLCs and other things, and like he was saying, the DLC and among other things in the game, we don't have pull on. And I was like, oh, so that's why, a lot, some things about the game came out kind of because of DQ and what DQ were telling them what to do with this and what to do with that. So I was like, oh damn, that's where my I don't want to say hatred. I'm just going to say my dislike for the company started to happen is when I was reading the developers, comment on the Saints Row site, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And the fact that they let Ukes back under the wing, and the fact that they're rehiring some DQ employees is just going to be the same. It's the same. It's basically the same company but under a different name, basically. And even Corey on his little Twitter page tweeting, he was saying something glad to be back or whatever, and he was like, he wrote a little hashtag saying haters or something like that. Like, what is with developers these days and using that word against fans? People who generally want to see change or something, and when the developers don't like it, they automatically resort to calling them haters. That's not something you call people who's going to buy your product. Like, show some professionalism for God's sakes. Please. But, I guess, I don't know, man. The new game is the WWE 14 is supposed to be coming out next year. Around the same times that all the other games came out, November or October. Again, disappointing. I'm not expecting many changes, to be honest with you. Hoping that, they actually listen more to the fans. Because if not, I'm going to continue to buy the games used. Now, I'm going to say this because a lot of people are going to be like, you complaining so much about the game, then why are you buying it? First of all, as I said on a video previously before, the reason I continue to get these games is because, well, number one, I have subscribers to please. I can't stay in the past, when I'm trying to keep up with the times. Two, I've started way too many projects with this game to just stick it on one and, not bring it on to the next, because then and not even just that, the fact that I would keep having people asking me, are you going to get, this game, and when are you going to get it, and blah, blah, blah. I can't wait to see your calls in this game. So I'm like, stuck in the middle on, should I get it, shouldn't I get it? And then when I do decide, I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to buy it used. So that's the whole story with that. I'm just hoping the game comes out good, less problems, because this game may have more feature than WWE 12, but it's also came with more and worse problems than WWE 12 had. So I guess that's it. I hope that answered your comment, question, whatever you want to call it. So I guess I'm gonna leave it with you guys can leave your thoughts down below on what you think of Take-Two being in charge of publishing the WWE games, and what your thoughts are about the PlayStation 4 and the games, or whatever you've seen, heard, whatever. You can leave them down below, and I'll get back to you guys when I can. So deuces for now, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.